Well, hello there, barbecue friends. Well, we are at that time of year. We're into March, and we now have available a corned beef brisket. Just a perfect cook for this time of year. I think what I'm going to do today, we rolled out the Kamado here. We're going to get this fired up. We're going to smoke this brisket on there. Now, this is a piece of brisket that has been brined. I got this from my local butcher shop, and it's only available at this time of the year. With St. Patrick's Day coming up and some corned beef sandwiches, get some nice rye bread, make a nice sandwich. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cook this up. Let's start off by firing up the Kamado. Now, I just cleaned all the ash out of there. I have some unburnt charcoal, but I'll put my ash basket back inside. We'll top that up with some charcoal. Now, I got a generous amount of charcoal in there. I pretty much filled that basket. This is going to be a longer cook, so I'll get my fire starter on there. Let's light that up. There we have it. Get the fire starter going. Now, what I want to do, like I say, I got this from my local butcher, Vidal Brothers Quality Meats. It's been sitting in this brine here in this vacuum pack. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rinse off the brine on the outside of it. There's still plenty of flavor on the inside. And we'll get that ready for the grill. Thereafter, about 15 minutes or so, we got a pretty good heat source going there. So what I'm going to do, I got a couple pieces of wood chunks here. I'm going to put them somewhat near where our heat source is. Then we'll start setting up the grill. Now I got my deflector plate here, right there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it this way. Then I'm going to take my bottom grill, put it right on top of that. Now that just gives me a little bit of space between the ceramic and the grill itself, just to allow some smoke to get around that meat. Now what I'm going to do, just close the lid. I'm going to open the top vent all the way for now. I want to get that barbecue all warmed up. Now my bottom vent, I got that small attachment for my blower, but I'm just going to leave that in there because it's a perfect size hole probably for my bottom vent. There, now we'll just let that grill warm up. So I'll bring you back then. It's been about an hour or so since we closed our dome and lit everything up. We got a dome temperature just under 200 degrees here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this back to about 1. You can see our smoke wood's well engaged. I could smell it as soon as I came out. And yeah, I'm anxious to get that meat on. So here we have it, our corned beef brine brisket here, all rinsed off, ready to go. Now I have a wired thermometer here. I'm just going to insert that into the brisket just to monitor things. Now before I place our brisket on the grill here, I'm just going to give it a quick spray with some vegetable oil. I always like treating my grill grates like that. All right, let's get that brisket on. Close the dome. All right, now for the first part of this cook, all I'm going to do, introduce this meat to some smoke. We're going to develop a bit of a crust on the outside. I don't have a specific timeline right now what we're going to do next, but I'll bring you back for the next step in a little bit. All right, we are now 2.5 hours into this cook. I got a dome temperature just over 300 degrees, so I'm just knocking this top vent back a little bit, somewhere between the 1 and the 0, just to calm that down a bit. Now, I got an internal temperature of our brisket of 129. So I'll bring you in for a closer look, show you what things look like, and I'll show you what I'm doing next. But I gotta say, we got a beautiful sunny day out here today. Just great for the first week of March. All right, let's open it up here. Now, you can see I'm building a bit of a crust on there. Now, I don't want this to dry out at all. I can see some rendering coming off of it. Like I say, we got an interior temperature, well, now 131 on that. So here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get some foil here. And we're going to wrap this. I got some beef tallow from the fridge here. I'm going to put some of that at the bottom of the foil here. And we're going to lift our brisket right on top of that tallow. Now what I want to do, I want to seal all around that brisket. Put that right back on there. I'm going to take a little bit of water and pour it in there. Just less than half a bottle. Okay, you can see I still got that upper part exposed. Let's close our dome. Now we're going to continue this cook now. Now if we were to divide this cook into two different parts, the first part of the cook, we're just introducing that smoke, and then we're getting a bit of a crust on the outside. Second part of the cook, we're just going to bring it up to temperature to get that meat nice and tender. Now if I were to wrap that foil right up, the liquids, the waters in there would not have a place to flow when it evaporates, and it would more or less steam that brisket, where the renderings from the brisket and some of that beef tallow, it's not going anywhere. That's just going to sit in there and it's going to keep it nice and moist. So for the rest of this cook, we're just going to wait for this to hit a temperature over 200 degrees or so. I'll bring you back when that happens, and then I'll show you what we got. So we'll see you back in a little bit. All right, we are just over 5 hours on this cook. We reached an internal temperature of 101 degrees inside of our brisket here. The dome temp is showing just under 300 degrees. Let's go in for a closer look, see what we got. All right, this is smelling just amazing here. Got some really nice rendering going on here. See those little bubbles there? Very nice. Looking back, looks like I had a little leak in my foil there. But everything should be good. We're up to temperature, so let's take this off the grill. That temperature probe came right out. Use the foil here to lift it. All right, here we have it. Just smells amazing. I'm gonna bring this in the house. We'll let it rest for 15 minutes at least, and I'll come back, do some slices in here. We'll take a closer look, see what we got. I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, here we have it here. Let's take it out of the foil, put it on our cutting board, see what we got to work with. Yeah, it looks like I had a leak in the foil and all the liquids ran out, but that's fine. You see right here what we got to work with. Just beautiful. See that jiggle in there? Very nice. Here we have it. Just looking so nice. Now you can see how the muscle fibers are running this way. So I'm going to slice this way. Just give us a more tender bite. Okay. As I was saying, the way the muscle fibers are coming this way, we're going to slice like this. Oh yeah. Oh, the smell on here is just incredible. Just loving this. Let's get a nice photo of this. All right, here we have it. Let's get a slice off of here. Could just see that bending right over like that. Very tender, just pulls apart. Like I say, the flavor, that brine is right through this. That slight saltiness with that corned beef flavor, along with that slight smoke flavor. Just a beautiful bite. Well, I'm looking forward to making some sandwiches out of this. And I noticed when you let this cool down, put it in the fridge, slice it the next day, you taste even more of that flavor and smoke, and it just makes beautiful cold cuts. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hopefully I'll see you on the next one.